didn't maintain its hype for me.
Sure.
No salt at all. No can of spite being drunk here at all. I know.
Mark, from Weebs. My name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is Jay. We like anime, and this is episode 175. 75 of AniPro, and on this week's episode, we are doing our awards. Our awards for winter 2025. What a season it's been. What a time we've had here today.
It's had its ups. It's had its downs.
It's had its downs.
And it's had its okay all around.
Yeah. That is true. I agree with what Jay just said, but also I disagree because I just, in principle, can't agree with what Jay said.
Because Cole doesn't like me.
It'd be such a boring podcast if we agreed all the time, to be fair. So I'm going to say I disagree with you disagreeing. And by virtue of that, I also refuse to agree with Jay. So I'm taking an entirely new stance. I think this season was...
a season of anime.
A season of anime. Yeah.
You know what? I disagree with that. I don't even think it was a season of anime. I think it was a cesspool of cold weather and pain. That's what I think.
Well, I disagree. I don't think it was a season of anime, and I don't think it was a cesspool of cold and pain. I think it was a season of donghua and cartoons.
More like a season of dung.
Yeah, you'd want to play with your donghua, if you know what I mean. What else are we doing?
No, I don't. Could you elaborate, Mike?
Yeah, your dong.
By donghua, he means your peanuts.
You know, your peanuts. Oh, we're all grown ups here.
Oh my goodness, what is happening? We've reached the end of this marathon.
I know. This marathon has literally taken Jay's life. He's going to disrobe for the final time after this episode, and it'll be glorious, glorious sleep, I'm sure.
Yeah, the third episode we've recorded in the last 2 days. Where I think we're ready. I think we're sick of each other.
That's like, I've talked to you guys like, what has this been like? This will be like going on 7 hours?
Yeah.
Over the last 24 hours?
That's
really?
too much. That's too much.
That's
too
a
much.
lot, man.
That's a lot of time.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
Let's do another episode after this.
Yeah.
No.
Let's do one more. Got one more.
Do one more, just for the old time's sake.
Yeah. So we're doing our awards here. So if you could do me a favor and just hit subscribe, comment.
Please do.
Leave a like if you would be so kind. I already
tell
know
us your awards as we go through too.
Of course, comment down below. Come to our Discord. Let us know what you award everything. I already know the answer to all of this, but I got to do it for consistency's sake. How are you guys doing today? How's it going? Jay, what did you do since we last spoke?
Aside from watching a couple of shows for the awards, I also actually played Assassin's Creed Shadows a little bit.
Oh, you started it. How was it?
I started it, yeah. It's fun. The controls are very different from the Assassin's Creed I know, so getting used to the controls has been a little bit of a struggle for me, but I'm slowly getting used to it. And
what's different about them?
Yeah, what is different?
Just like the buttons are in different places and that.
Okay. What's the attack button?
L1.
Okay. So it's moved to like FromSoft controls kind of.
Yeah. Which I mean I kind of understand because FromSoft is kind of the series that everyone knows, so
it's sort of like become the standard now.
Yeah. Because like before it was Square.
I mashed that square button a lot. Yeah.
Valhalla was the bumper buttons as well. But that was, you could have weapons in both hands, so it made sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I didn't play Valhalla.
It's the same mechanic. Yeah.
Can you still dive off of like tall buildings or cliffs into piles of hay? Because that was the best part.
Yes, you can. I haven't gotten to that part yet, though.
Oh, okay.
I've literally just started the tutorial. And it's a very interesting game because like there are two protagonists in this one. Yasuke, who's like based on a guy who actually existed in real life.
Yep.
And he's like a big brute samurai. And and he kind of goes against like everything Assassin's Creed has ever been. So like you don't swan dive into the hay, you just like clumsily fall into it.
Oh, cool.
No,
So
I've
that's
heard
fun,
he represents the screw it side of Assassin's Creed, where you've tried the stealth, you got caught, and now you're just like, screw it.
Okay, I'll fight my way out.
Yeah,
nice. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like if you run at certain doors, he just like busts through them with his brute strength.
Nice.
It's just a tank. Yeah,
and just like he's just in the game they literally call him a one-man army. Like he's just plowing through guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's usually how I play Assassin's Creed. Is like you'll do things stealthily, and then like Cole said, inevitably you get like spotted, and then you're like, I guess I'm smashing the buttons for a while now.
Guess we're doing this now. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you all got to die now, you idiots.
Yeah, I'm assuming the other character is probably a bit more traditional Assassin's Creed, sneak around,
very much more stealth focused and everything.
Oh, there's 2 characters.
Yeah.
One's a ninja.
Oh, it's the girl, right?
Yeah. Now
because people were mad it's a girl. I remember. Yeah. Okay, that's all coming back to me now.
People were mad it's a girl, and people were mad that the guy was black.
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
The stupidest reasons to not like a video game.
Can't please anybody about anything ever.
Yeah.
Gamers, what's wrong with us? What are we doing? Can't we just enjoy things?
And it is a fun game. Like if you like Assassin's Creed, especially modern Assassin's Creed, you're gonna like this game. It does a couple things different, but like for the most part, it's Ubisoft Assassin's Creed.
I feel like Assassin's Creed are those games that always get like, I guess like our opening's just going to be talking about Assassin's Creed because like I feel like we have a good flow going here. But like I do think Assassin's Creed is like the like, what would I compare it to? Like the Naruto of the, like, you know how Naruto's like,
it's a punching bag.
Like, it's like a punching bag. Like people like to beat up on it, but like there's lots of people who watch Naruto, like an obscene, like the average anime fan mostly watches Naruto. I feel like the average gamer has played a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Everybody likes to hate on Assassin's Creed, myself included. But in the end, like, if I'm given a chance to play it, I'm going to play it. And like they're fun games. They're just they're not groundbreaking. Even in their own franchise. Like Assassin's Creed has their formula and they just do it.
I was kind of taken out of the franchise because it became a lot more RPG in like Witcher 3 in the most recent entries. But like, I'm kind of I wanted something to play while I wait for Ghost of Yotei because like I know I'm gonna get lost in that. And Assassin's Creed is probably the best. We have Ghost of Tsushima at home, which is funny because when Ghost of Tsushima came out, everyone compared it to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
and now it's kind of the other
and then
way
Assassin's
around.
Creed was like, "Hey, these guys are onto something. Let's do the same idea, basically."
Yeah, but like worse.
That is one thing. That is one thing I'll say. Like Ubisoft just is kind of reactive. It's like everybody was always saying like, "Do an Assassin's Creed in Japan. That's what we all want." And then somebody beat them to it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Why didn't nobody tell us this was what you wanted?"
Yeah. Exactly.
That like made a bajillion dollars.
Let's make our own.
Give us some of your shekels, please, for this ninja.
And let's handle the release as poorly as we possibly can. Like I'm
Ubisoft.
I will. Like I said, I think it gets an unnecessary amount of hate, but Ubisoft does not help themselves when it comes to that. They kind of
Assassin's Creed gets an unnecessary amount of hate. Ubisoft doesn't get enough hate.
I don't know. They always put their foot in their mouth and they just handle things in the weirdest way.
This game is also kind of like a Hail Mary from Ubisoft because like their most recent releases have not been the best in sales and that. So this is kind of them going, we need this to succeed or else.
But the thing is, like, their games always come out and people say the same thing, like, oh, it's actually pretty good. So I don't understand why we always get surprised. Like Star Wars Outlaws came out and people were like, oh yeah, actually it's not bad. And then this came out and it's like, oh, actually, yeah, it's not bad. And we're surprised every time. Like, have they released something like egregiously bad in a long time?
I'm looking through their catalog right now of things that they've put out.
I think they're all just kind of very samey.
they're very samey, and they have a tendency to be quite buggy, but like all big games are kind of buggy nowadays, unfortunately.
They just seem to put out like, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it's like they just put out things and they've never put out anything groundbreaking since they put out the first Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's
basically.
Creed, yeah. Or like Prince of Persia. Why don't they
Prince
do
of
more
Persia?
Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
Like
They do Just Dance too, and Far Cry.
And I mean, Assassin's Creed was basically just an evolution of Prince of Persia. Like they were going to make a Prince of Persia game set when they were going to do 1, and then they were like, well, this is just completely different. So they made a whole new thing.
What's your guys' best Assassin's Creed? Which one do you hold fondest in your heart then?
I'm not that big of an Assassin's Creed guy. Like the most
Neither am
hours I put in was Valhalla. I actually enjoyed Valhalla. The combat was okay. Kind of cool to like play the game how you wanted to. Like I played with knives, so I was like fast. But other people would play with like axes and shields and stuff. So I guess Valhalla, because that was kind of the one that I played a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. I'm trying to remember. I wanted to say Valhalla was their if this game, Shadows, is that what this one is?
Shadows, yeah.
Shadows was their reaction to Ghost of Tsushima. Was Valhalla their reaction to God of War?
Perhaps. Vikings were like in at the time. Yeah. Again, they're just very reactive. It's like really the next thing will be, well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what the next big thing is, and then they'll do that.
It's pretty easy if you just do the thing that's popular every time.
Yeah, but like too late.
A year later. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Jay? What's your favorite?
I'm gonna sound like a huge purist, but my favorite one was Revelations.
What even is that one? I actually don't know.
It's one of the older ones. I say older, but like came out in like 2011 or something like that.
Okay.
Ezio is kind of the face of Assassin's Creed for me, and this was the last game that he was in. And
it's the one with old Ezio.
Yeah, it's Old Man Ezio.
Old Man.
Ezio. Revelations.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like 3? Assassin's Creed 3, basically?
No, because there's a game that came out after that that's called Assassin's Creed 3. That was the American Revolution.
Yeah, I remember people didn't like that. They really didn't like that one.
Which I honestly don't get. I liked 3.
Oh really? I've never played it because I heard all like the negative comments about it, and I just sort of was like, I mean, whatever.
If you liked other Assassin's Creed games, it's just another Assassin's Creed game.
I liked 1 and 2, so really I should play it because it finishes like the what's the dude's name?
Desmond.
Desmond. It doesn't finish Desmond's storyline.
Yeah, it does. He modern day has kind of been an afterthought ever since Desmond's story ended, which kind of sucks. But
what do you mean? By that?
the modern day, like the story that happens modern day doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
like right now, I'm looking at the timeline according to Wikipedia, and they've got their present day characters. There isn't even a present day character named for Mirage or Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah,
so they gave up on that side. Then
just like people just
kind of whatever.
People
just want to play the.
I've said it for years.
I've said it for years. Base an Assassin's Creed game in like the present. I think that would be like cool. A different take on it, you know.
Yeah.
But
I've never.
They'll do it in like 12 years.
Is that what Watch Dogs is? I don't know.
Pretty much. Watch Dogs is basically like Assassin's Creed meets GTA.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that
is the best way to put that.
Okay.
Yeah, the first Watch Dogs was actually pretty decent, and then the other 2 are kind of not good.
Yeah,
it's very Ubisoft of them.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed would have, I would assume, kind of you would have the parkour element to it though, too, right? So, yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
My favorite Assassin's Creed is probably the furthest from the true formula, and that's Black Flag. That was a fun game. That's a really good Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, people love Black Flag, especially like
sea shanties,
the ship combat. People are like, they haven't done a good pirate game. Like
they just released a pirate game called Skull and Bones like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
and nobody played it.
It sank in the water.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, they tried, and
Mm-hmm.
they failed. They're like, oh, people like Black Flag. When did that come out?
2013.
Yeah, something like that.
People enjoyed that 10 years ago. Let's release a pirate game now.
Yeah.
There's a trend we're noticing here, guys.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It's, Ubisoft is just so weird, but they'll never go away. I don't know. Somehow they keep their head above water.
Yeah.
Do you guys know we have an Ubisoft studio here in our lovely home city?
I did know that.
I do.
Yeah.
They have I think they have quite a large presence in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're French, right? So
Yeah, they're French.
They would have. Well, no, they're French, like French.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, Ubisoft's from France. Yeah, so
I thought
like they
Ubisoft
would have.
Montreal was like Montreal, Quebec.
Oh no, like there may be an Ubisoft Montreal, but Ubisoft started in France.
It is a video game company based in Saint-Mandé, France.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I think they've got quite a few. Yeah, they've got Ubisoft Montreal.
We've
Winnipeg.
got Ubisoft Quebec, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I think Vancouver.
I mean, it would make sense for them to have a presence in Quebec and then just spread out from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quebec's the second. Canada's the second largest French-speaking. Yeah, francophone country. Meanwhile, none of us speak French. None of us, and none of us are going to learn either.
Je suis très désolé, je ne peux pas parler français.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, go away. Get out of here with your not speaking French.
Go back to Quebec.
Yeah. I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
Nice. You just reminded me of the Simpsons Winnipeg reference that lives rent-free in my brain.
Always.
When they drive into Winnipeg and the sign says, "Welcome to Winnipeg. We were born here. What's your excuse?"
Yeah. Or the classic one where like Bart steals the car and then they're driving and then they hit that dad in the back of the head. And he's like, I told you if you hit me one more time, we're going back home. And then he hits him and they're like, that's it. Back to Winnipeg.
The thing I was referencing
was
a wrestling thing where someone, there's a wrestler.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Someone yelled at him, go back to Toronto. And as he's throwing the Undertaker in the ring, he's like, he looks back at him and goes, I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
I like that.
What a guy. Chris Jericho, just an absolute beauty. What a beauty, eh?
What a beauty. True Canadian icon, eh?
Yeah. Great guy.
Sorry for hijacking the What's on Your Mind section.
No, actually it's kind of like that was much needed because frankly we've exhausted our brains over the last little bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did since we've last recorded. I sat on my couch and then had a nap, and that was
I also had a nap, to be fair.
That was about it, yeah. I don't know.
I watched a couple hours of anime is what I did, and watched myself build a little gunpla as I was doing it.
Nice. What gunpla were you building?
Nice. The RG God Gundam.
Nice.
Yeah, I started working on it like several months ago, and then I totally forgot about it. And then I noticed that my baby daughter she's starting to crawl around now. She's becoming mobile.
Oh my goodness.
Where I was storing it was the bottom shelf. She moves. Yeah.
Oh
and
God.
Storing this half-built gunpla with tiny little parts on the lower shelf of my coffee table.
Yes.
And I was like, this should not be here anymore. This should be
that needs to be moved. Yeah. That needs to be moved to a higher place.
Anime. This season of anime.
Yes.
Winter 2025.
We talk about
what
anime.
is anime?
Anime is well, we've got awards to present, and as is tradition here, we always start a list of things we enjoy with one thing that we hated this season. So we open the discussion with flop, but before we even before I had it.
Jay almost got you.
No, he didn't almost get me. He just jumped the gun thinking, oh, here goes Cole again, going off on his tangent.
Loose cannon.
Loose cannon. There's an order to things, of course.
Loosest cannon.
There is an order, and the order is based on who did the best in the last season's draft. Also, who is just the best guy around.
Wow, let's not get out of hand here. What is the draft even? How can people find this draft? I don't even. You'd have to go to our Patreon. I think,
they would have to go to our Patreon to find our draft. That's right. Yeah. Yes. And we did the draft a few weeks ago. And you can listen to that in our seasonal preview. The draft itself is kept hidden away from
but you can sort of like
eyes.
We tell you the results in a roundabout way if you listen to the seasonal preview too. So it's not fully paywalled. We're not that evil.
So, I mean, if you've been listening for the last couple of weeks, you already know the order, but I just want to like stretch this out a little bit. And Jay, do you have the numbers in front of you? Can you tell us the order?
Actually.
Yeah.
You give me enough time to grab them.
How many times is Cole gonna have to bask in the sunlight?
For those of you who don't know, the importance of this is that the awards that we give, whoever gets the most wins at the end of the year from the Weebies gets the teeny tiny trophy. So this is like this is for the big bucks here.
I think that's a good move because now, Jay, I feel like you're like, okay, it's a competition. I'm going to win. I'm a very competitive person. I like that now.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all a little competitive in our own ways.
Oh, I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
Not even a little. Yeah.
So who's picking the awards first? Because the winner of the draft gets to pick.
Yeah. Yes. Whoever has the highest score based on their draft.
And the advantage here is there's no overlap for picking awards. So if Cole picks something, it's locked in. No one else can pick it.
Yeah. Or Mike, maybe
or Mike
was first. Yeah.
But I mean, Cole kind of let the cat out of the bag early because he was a silly goose.
I mean, you can tell by the way he's just.
I can't remember
plucky.
Who goes
he's
first.
Plucky because he knows the answer.
So, the person going third, we're gonna go backwards here.
Okay.
With a score of 66.4 is Mike.
Tough score. Ooh. Well, it's a pretty bad score, 66.4. But I just hope you guys are like not that much better than me because like this, that would be really, if you were like more than like say 0.2 better than me, I'd feel really bad about myself.
At least it's not the mark of the beast, Mike. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
Jay, what was your score?
So my score, coming in second, was a 66.6.
It's the number of the beast.
The number of the beast and 0.2 more. Whoa,
who could have seen that coming? Hopefully Cole didn't score at least like, I don't know, what, 1% better?
Just under, like 0.8% better.
Well, what a terrible
Cole
season.
Came in first with a 67.2. Very low scoring season.
Pretty low scoring season.
For those of you who don't know, what the way we calculate these scores is we add up all the average scores of our draft picks, divide them, average it out, and that's our score.
That's how we get it, and that's how I get to pick my awards first.
Which is like, honestly, that's the real prize here because frankly, in some seasons, getting sniped on your picks can be like devastating if you like haven't watched many shows that qualify for each category. Also, we should say we've changed our awards again as is tradition on our winter awards. We have changed the categories ever so slightly, and I'm
just
looking forward to the change. Let's see how that works out.
Just a little bit, But let's get started. I'm going to start controversially, and I think Jay's going to drive. Well, Jay's not going to drive to my house, but he's going to come to my house and he's going to hurt me based on my flop of the season.
This is one of our spiciest categories for sure.
My flop of the season wasn't even that bad of a show. It was one that I just was expecting big things for, and it just didn't keep me interested as much as I wanted it to. And that is Flower and Osura.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's fair.
It was.
Yeah.
I got halfway through and then I just kind of lost interest. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything about it seemed good. This was just one for me that I was just kind of whelmed with, I would say. Yeah.
No, I think that I think that's totally fair. Any list does reflect that it has a score of 72%, which like is kind of in the okay tier.
Yeah.
So like you getting that reaction isn't that big of a surprise. I disagree.
Yeah.
But
I also think like, sound euphonium was one thing, like
Mhm.
music is pretty universal.
Mhm.
Dictation is quite niche and
Yeah.
it doesn't elicit that same
that same response.
out of me. So
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be a funny bit for us to like go back and like for shows like this where we were so hyped coming in and then they flop for us, just to like have like it play like our initial like, yeah, it's like dictation and like it's super cool, and then Cole being like, yeah, dictation's kind of boring when you do.
Yeah.
I might get around to it in the future, but yeah,
it'd be a funny bit.
Yeah. Jalen, what was your flop of the season?
My biggest flop of the season is a show that like Cole, it wasn't bad. It's just like I feel like it had all of the building blocks to be like the next big thing, and it just
Mhm.
kind of wasn't that.
Yeah.
And that's Sakamoto Days.
Oh.
Yeah, I get that.
Like yes, I think a lot of people did like it, but like it didn't like this in the right circumstances could have been on the same level of popularity as something like Jujutsu Kaisen or My Hero Academia or something like that. But it just didn't hit those heights, and whether you attribute that to its animation or whatever have you,
Mhm.
that's your way to that's your prerogative. But yeah, it didn't hit those heights that it probably could or should have.
Yeah, I get that. It was I don't know, it feels a little derivative to me as well.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I've seen Spy Family. It's basically Spy Family meets One Punch Man, and
Well,
Kinda.
it's not really doing anything unique.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
is, but it isn't, and people
Yeah,
are
but-
talking to me about it. People are like,
Mhm.
"Oh, have you watched Sakamoto Days?" And I'm like, not really. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna push back a little on this one, I think, because I've watched most of Sakamoto Days, and I thought, and I think part of this is that like I read a bit of it,
Mhm.
and I was kind of whelmed when I read it. Like I didn't think it
Mhm.
was like the next big thing or like the hottest stuff on the block.
Yeah.
So like I had pretty low expectations coming in, and it sort of just like I'd say it ended up exactly what I expected of it. Like it's animated okay, it's kind
Yeah.
of funny, the action's pretty good, but not like mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's
So,
just
like-
kind of like
Yeah,
like I agree with what you're saying. It's just like a lot of people were guessing this manga
Yes.
up as like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the next big shonen thing, and it wasn't that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from on the flop thing, but
Mhm.
I think I feel I have a hard time. Like it was still, it didn't flop hard enough for me. It was just
Yeah.
It was it was thought it was going to be pretty good, and it was just kind of okay,
Yeah.
Whereas like
Yeah.
like Cole's Flower and Asura is more like a true flop, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow,
No, that's
Jay
fair.
really liked Flower and Asura. I don't
Yeah.
know. Controversy.
It is
Now, Mike, you gotta say
category. Yeah.
Mike, you gotta say something that I really enjoyed. Now, just to
Yeah.
round out the
okay.
thing.
Yeah, Medalist terrible. No, I'm kidding. I haven't checked out Medalist. I need to.
I'm gonna
It's just
beat you.
bandwidth.
I'm gonna-
watching too many
I'm gonna-
shows. Yeah.
I'm gonna beat
You
you.
know what my
Fuss
answer-
was my biggest issue.
You know what my damn answer is for biggest flop of the season.
Tell
I
me.
drafted a show that was done by Studio Go Hands.
Oh,
As my
have you
introduction
finally?
to Studio Go Hands.
You were okay. No, go ahead. I'm gonna
Remember?
let you
Well,
be
remember
official.
when I started the season? I'm like, I don't know, guys. This could be the one. Studio Go Hands, like like they have this crazy style. They're gonna be awesome because
Yeah,
it's like an
yeah.
action show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It
totally.
makes sense to have like a kind of a crazy camera angles and like wild
Mhm.
stuff happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Yeah.
Welcome, Mike. Welcome to the hater club. We've
Well,
got room
I-
for you.
I'm debating dropping it, but I'm also debating just like finishing it a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta finish
But
it.
the funny thing is, as I will maintain that I was right about the action actually is pretty good in the show.
Mm.
It's just
Hey.
all the other stuff is just like kind of like, what the hell is all of this?
I agree. I think Gohan's does action very fun because like the camera moves around. It's fun.
Mhm.
It's exciting. It's the non-action stuff that Gohan's just cannot help themselves
Yeah.
with. They're
Yeah.
like it's people talking. We don't need like panning shots up and Dutch angles and
boobs
just
flopping all over the place.
Yeah, and that was another thing too. Is like this show was like pretty gratuitous at times. It was funny because like it was like really gratuitous for a little bit, and then not at all for quite a while.
Mhm.
And then the beach episode happened, or the pool episode, and it was like, okay, this is too much here. What are we doing? Like, and the show makes no sense. It's
Yeah.
There was one point in the show where literally, like, I saw it on Twitter. I wouldn't have noticed it. I might have noticed it, but I probably wouldn't have. But they literally, like, they fought another one of these giant beasts, and they literally, like, they just changed the background, but they reused the exact same character animations from a previous fight it was like basically like copy and pasted like 5 minutes of the episode from another episode.
That sounds awesome.
I was just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, Mike, you don't get it. You don't get like the artistic aspects of that. Yeah,
I guess so. I guess so.
No, and
biggest
that's
flop, though, momentary Lily.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I shouldn't. We shouldn't harp on this too badly. We can't kick them while they're down too.
Do you have any runner-ups?
Yeah, stops are already dead.
Other?
I'm going with Marika Kurowa is impervious to my charms.
Okay.
That was just kind of there.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah, I got a kick out of the first few episodes, but then it just, it does its thing, and then it's like, okay, it's doing its thing again. It's still
doing its thing.
It's just going to keep doing its thing.
It's just spinning its wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be my runner-up, I think. What about you, Jay?
My runner-up, I'm going to go with another controversial one, I think. But that's Zenshu. I know that there are people out there that like it, but at the same time, like, this is a MAPPA show, about like, or a MAPPA isekai, and like very, very well animated, but not that many people were sticking with it, and maybe it didn't flop because it wasn't good, but it flopped because it didn't have the popularity that it might have.
Didn't meet the moment.
This is it's a milder flop, I'd say. Yeah.
Mike, do you got?
Because like when it started airing, people were or when it was announced, people were going crazy for it.
Oh yeah,
just fizzled. It fizzled more than flopped. My runner-up flop would probably have been Zenshu, but to be different, I'll say Tasakare Hotel, even though it wasn't honestly that bad. It didn't really hold my attention. So medium flop, fizzle is what I'd say.
Yeah.
A real fizzler. All right, let's move on to OP of the season.
Let's talk about good stuff now.
Yeah, we're talking about good stuff. Yeah. I won't belabor the point any longer.
You should.
My OP of the season was a delight every time I started the Apothecary Diaries every week.
Dang
yeah.
Okay.
What a good OP. Yaosobi, again, like, who can hate these guys? You know, they're so good.
Yeah.
Also, I just love
who can hate those guys?
Who can hate those guys?
I just love the visuals of it too. Like, it
visually,
gets me
stunning.
Yeah, it gets me like ready for the episode every time, and it's good. Apothecary Diaries is doing Apothecary Diaries stuff, and it starts with the OP. Yeah. What about you, Jay?
My pick is probably a little bit of a left field pick, but it's an OP that I saw right at the beginning of the season, and I just kind of knew that it was my OP of the season. And that's Sora Era Utility. I love that OP. So colorful. And also 2 words, credit integration.
Yes,
you're a sucker for that. You do love that.
I am a sucker for that.
Yeah. It's great though.
It has great credit integration. Into its OP.
Yeah, strong Euro Camp vibes in that OP too. Like, it's just, you know what you're getting into with that show as well. With the OP, you're just all right. Let's watch some girls play some golf.
Some comfy golf girls.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's a good one, Jay. That was probably my runner-up, to be honest.
No, I feel like this season had a very small breadth of good OPs this season. But like the good ones did rise to the top.
Yeah.
there weren't many of them, but there was like the ones that were good were like really good.
Yeah.
Mike, do you got a really good one, or did we pick?
I do have a really good one, and that would be the OP for a little show you might have heard of called Solo Leveling.
Oh, Solo Leveling.
So we have a Yoasobi OP, right?
Yeah.
Always good. I don't know who did your Sora Eero Utility, Jay. I'm sorry. I'm an uneducated swine. I'm sure it's very nice. But you know who the other goat of OPs is?
Lisa. Lisa. Yes.
Lisa. Yeah. She does a great job of OPs. And she's featuring Felix in this one too. And it's just like awesome visuals, like very dynamic movements and stuff. And it's just like the perfect, like gets you hyped for the episode and reminds you like, oh yeah, A1's bringing their A1 game to this anime, and you're going to have a great time watching these like awesome fights and stuff. So
yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't, I'm not as familiar with that one, but I know like it's people are into that one for sure. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to actually have to take my time and check it out. Maybe I'll steal it from you, and then you'll have to like pick your runner up. Let me pick my runner up though.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go medalist, I guess. It's, it wasn't good enough to like put it over the top for me. Cause like if Apothecary Diaries wasn't there, I would have gone, Sorayiro Utility. So medalist, I guess, would be my runner up based on what hasn't been picked.
Yeah.
Decent song, cool skating stuff. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
My runner-up would have been from a show that I feel like people kind of forgot about this season. That's Link Click Brighton Arc.
I remember that one.
It does have a really pretty OP, and I mean Link Click has a lot of really good OPs, but like this continues that trend.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good show. It's just in general, like
its second OP was the best part of it.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, that second OP was fire.
That second OP is really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mike,
my runner-up would probably be. I'm kind of tossed up between two, but I'll give props, and they kind of have a similar vibe. But my first runner-up will be Zenshu. I thought that OP was actually really good, and Mappa never they might disappoint on the show, but the OPs are always really good for Mappa.
They got paid based on good OPs.
They really I swear to God they do, because it's always really good, and it just like ends on this. It's a cool song with like this like the visuals that kind of tell the tale of the story too. And then just quick, I bash on Momentary Lily in the first part there, but that OP is actually pretty good too. I enjoy the Momentary Lily OP.
All right. Well, just before we move on, I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. That OP was like unexpected. It shouldn't have been
gorgeous.
As good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whole
kind of ridiculous. Yeah, that OP is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
ED of the season.
Ending sequence.
Flip side of OP.
Yep.
The flip side of the OP. This time I am actually picking my runner-up for OP. I'm going medalist for ED. I just really like it. It's cute. It's our main girl Inori just kind of dreaming and skating with her worm friend, because she's obsessed with worms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just cute. It's just a cute ED, and I like it. It's nice. Every time an episode ends, I'm like, I gotta watch this. Even though Disney Plus is like, oh, why don't I recommend you another show? I'm like, get out of here. I'm watching this ED. Yeah.
Oh, I see you're watching this ending song. How would you watch, I don't know, Bleach or something else random?
Yeah. Oh, you like this show, this dramatic show about girl skating? How about you watch Bleach? Yeah, very similar shows.
Why don't you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Simpsons?
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I could. I will watch The Simpsons though. Jalen, what's your ED of the season?
My ED of the season is an ED that has that starts with a picture that strikes fear into the hearts of many.
Oh no.
And that's Solo Leveling's ED.
so
Solo Leveling
good,
somehow like brings it with their EDs. The first ED was really good, and the second ED kind of is also really good. Like super creative, good song by TK. Just I'm always surprised by how good Solo Leveling CDs are.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
Yeah. And it's like I find that it's like super a nice way to end the show too. I find
Mhm.
with the solo leveling ED.
Yeah.
My ED of the season is a kind of a left field one. You guys Jay did a left field one last time. I'm gonna do the Guild Receptionist ED was a lot of fun. It's just like this like cute song with like chibi characters dancing around and having fun. It's just a bop. It's a little silly little song, and I'm here for it. I do like a silly little song. Did you guys check that one out at all?
I love that ED, man. Like I genuinely love it. It's cute. I love the little haze, you know, little haze.
Makes you want to dance. Did you kind of give it a little shimmy shake?
Yeah, you kind of just like you're vibing. Yeah. They're eating and sleeping, and I like the actual dance that they do. It's super cute. Yeah,
me and Cole are always higher on these EDs, like this style of ED than Jay is. Jay, did you check this one out?
I did. I watched a little bit of the Guild Receptionist show. And yeah, you're probably a bit higher on it than I am, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
You get it. You understand.
This guy gets it. Yeah. This guy gets it.
It's not your cup of tea, but you understand where we're coming from, I think.
Oh yeah.
As far as honorable mentions, I will actually go Flower and Asura. I think it had a really nice ED. I really like the song for that one. Specifically the song in that case, I would say really stood out to me. I'll go Flower and Asura as my runner-up. Jay?
My runner-up would be the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Season 2. That ED is a very, very cute twist on the Season 1 ED. Like, it's kind of very similar to the Season 1 ED, but like a new take on it, and it's just as adorable. And
the Season 1 was good. Why change it too much, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Jay,
Mike, what are you
both of my runners up. You took solo leveling, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll go 100 Girlfriends. And then Jay took 100 Girlfriends. So nothing. There was nothing else good this season for EDs.
EDs were kind of weak.
I was struggling with EDs, to be honest with you. I struggle with ED, okay? I struggle with EDs.
Yeah. Clearly the one of us with a child.
What does that have to do with anime endings?
No, sorry. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. What am I talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, maybe we'd get back on track if we had some good direction.
Maybe. You know what does have good direction? The shows we're about to mention.
Yeah.
Our next category is direction. This one's a little bit different than last year. So, what show did we feel was directed really well? I am going to pick a returning show, which just continues its great direction from its previous incarnation. I'm going with The Apothecary Diaries.
Dang it.
I just think we watch this show and we just forget like how good this show is. And it's like, it was just like a year ago that the show started and we were all like, oh my God, it's incredible. And then I guess we all forgot, and then it started up again. We're like, oh right. Yeah. It's really good. Well directed.
Yeah.
Good job guys.
OLM, I think. Good job on that one. Whoever the staff is there. Yeah. It just continues its excellence.
My pick for best direction is a show that apparently is a personal love of mine, because apparently you guys didn't like it. And that's Flower and Azura.
Oh, yuck.
Gross.
This show is beautiful. In its framing and everything. And also just like this is the first time I watched a show and was like, the voice acting in this is really good.
Yeah. It kind of has to be, right?
But this is the first time I had to pay attention to voice acting and like it actually mattered for the sake of the show.
I guess so. Hey, that's kind of a good point that you bring up.
Yeah. If the voice acting in it was weak, it would be
a lesser
point of watching it.
Ironic.
Yeah.
I like that though.
I agree with the pick, Jay. Like it just didn't live up to the hype for me. But gotta give it its flowers.
It's
Asuras.
Flowers in Azuras.
It's directed really well. It's a very pretty show.
Yeah. Oh, is it like
yeah.
Oh yeah, don't know.
Definitely.
I didn't check it out at all.
Yeah.
My best directed show this season is kind of I feel like a weird choice, but I'm going Solo Leveling season 2 for my best directed show of the season, and it's not for the reason you think. I mean, it partially is because the fights are choreographed really well, and like the music and stuff is really good too. But I think they did a good job with directing in the sense that they took a lot of content in the manhwa and distilled it down to just the important bits and managed to execute it like in a good way. Like the crazy thing is like there's one episode of this show that is like an entire arc of the manhwa, like many chapters of the manhwa, for example. And they managed to direct that down to just a single episode, and you kind of feel like I didn't miss anything, and I feel like it's maybe better for it. I haven't read Solo Leveling, so someone out there is probably screaming at me right now that the side quest that takes place when he's going to kill the king of the demons is super important or something. But like I feel like it's just like, no, here's what you actually need to know. Let's just kind of deal with the important bits. And I feel like they did a good job with that. I feel like it's a better show for it. And I'm willing to be proven wrong if someone can prove me wrong. Yeah.
Wow.
Cole, do you have
let me get my list of why you're wrong.
Do it. Please do.
Let's prove Mike wrong.
Yeah, my runner-up is my runner-up's Momentary Lily. Definitely well directed. No, JK, LOL.
JK, LMAO.
Medalist is my backup.
Yeah.
Even though I don't need a backup, but because I was first, I'm the best. Just saying. No, Medalist is obviously well directed. They did a good job with all of the skating scenes and being able to use both the 2D animation along with the hybrid 3D cell animation as well. It's they did a really good job. I was really impressed. I do have another one that I want to mention, but I'll let you guys go ahead. Jay.
My runner-up would probably be My Happy Marriage season 2.
Yeah,
had a very very well storyboarded show. And just the studio that did that show just kind of brought their A game with making sure that every aspect from the music to the voice acting to the direction and everything between Kinema Citrus just knocked it out of the park. And
I feel like My Happy Marriage is just kind of slept on in general, actually. Like it's
a
pretty
little
good
bit
in like all categories.
Yeah.
Especially for like adapting a light novel into the show. Like that works out pretty well.
Yeah.
If I had my runner up, Cole, it was either Apothecary Diary or Solo Leveling. So yeah, I don't know. Cole, what would your backup be?
My backup? Actually, I really like the direction in I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in my class.
Okay.
Surprisingly, not like groundbreaking or anything like that, but I enjoyed its use of like the chibi aspect of it. It used it. I don't know. I just enjoyed it. There was something to it that was nice and comfy. It did its job, and I got to give it its kudos for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, if Mike doesn't have a backup, then we can
think of one. I'm looking at my list here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I guess ReZero you got to shout out because like the direction of that's always on point. Yeah, I would say, and like it's more ReZero, but kind of better ReZero because it's just like so far in the game that like they just are like, we know that people are going to watch this, we know it's going to be a hit, so we can put the budget and we can take the time.
Yeah, White Fox just kind of went all out on this season.
Yeah,
and the
second
might talk
half
about that in a little bit.
Like the part that's airing of this season that's airing in this season, confusing, I know, is like particularly kind of peak. It's pretty great.
Yeah. They got one of the freelancers that worked on One Piece to work on some of the storyboards for this, and like
it shows.
It does.
Yeah.
Like the way that they portray everything just gives you that perfect sense. Like the way that they choose to portray it gives you this sense of like just dread and disgust that it just like that show's so good at doing.
Yeah.
Well, we can move on to our next award here. We have visuals. So like what show was just pretty? It was just
visual,
nice.
Like,
the prettiest shows.
From animation to just art.
The design, the character design, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pleasing to look at.
I'm going with Medalist on this one. Again, when you're using two types of animation and blending them so seamlessly, Yeah, kudos. They did a really good job. Also, the character designs. I mean, the amount of cinnamon rolls, the amount of just good girls in this is off the charts. They all need to be rounded up and just like put in a bubble.
I need to watch this show so badly. Like it's just I ran out of bandwidth, but I just want to watch it so bad. That and Orb I need to watch. I really
Orb is also really good.
Well, Orb came out last season, guys.
It's
still going right now.
It was still going.
No, it didn't. I'm going to take the orb and I'm going to throw it at you, Jay. And that's your cue to tell me what your
my
visuals was.
My best visuals kind of alluded to it in direction. It's ReZero Season 3. This season's visuals were just on another level. There was one fight in particular this half of ReZero that just like was fantastic. And I like it might go down as like fight of the year.
How does ReZero just keep being so flippin' good? It's crazy.
So good.
It's crazy.
Always like seeing Emilia literally punching the bad guy in the face.
And like doing like the JoJo basically has that's just good direction, and it's good visuals too because it's Emilia, right?
And like the spell designs just all look really cool too, and like everything like that.
Good pick.
And also they had to design like 55 characters for Regulus's wives, which is like insane.
Yeah, they all kind of had same facey though, if I'm being honest.
Well, but you can only do so much.
There's 53 of them, so what are you gonna do? Yeah. My best looking show of the season is thank you, Cole. Thank you, my gracious king, for leaving it here for me. Apothecary Diaries season 2. Yeah. Man, that show looks good. Every part of it looks good. Like the most recent episode as of recording is like they get trapped behind the waterfall scene. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty, and just like there's so much detail in everything, and just everything like you're like you see her eating the soft shell crab, and you're like, I want to eat that soft shell crab. That soft shell crab looks good. I've never had a soft shell crab.
I want to hang out with Mao Mao. She seems cool. Yeah,
seems cool. Yeah, it's a beautiful show, and like OLM knocks it out of the park with that one. And visuals definitely are. I feel like if it didn't look as good as it does, it would still be a good show. But the fact that it looks so good just like takes it to the stratosphere. I feel like that's kind of its differentiator for sure.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Runners-ups.
That would have been my runner-up. So I'm going to go with Sorihiro Utility, actually. I really like the golf swings and stuff in that one are like they almost seem rotoscoped. Like they're so like lifelike and realistic.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, anytime I see the Yamaha logo, it just makes my heart go Kokoro. My Kokoro go Doki Doki. And because I'm a Yamaha guy now. Yamaha's crazy. The golf clubs, and then I've got a guitar downstairs. And like I know people who have like Yamaha quads and stuff like that. What a weird
Cole's
company.
Just the Yamaha guy.
I am Yamatron.
Mr. Yamaha. You should buy a little Yamaha motorcycle.
I should.
Yeah.
I should. The Yamaha logo, don't forget. Do you know what the Yamaha logo is? Can you picture it? It's those 3 things.
Yeah.
Isn't it propellers?
They're tuning forks.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
People are like, oh, why do they make instruments? That was their thing.
That's what they do.
And then
that's what they do.
They moved on
branched
to
out.
Yeah.
They were pianos, right? Was their thing for the longest time.
And then they're like, oh, well, we've got all this equipment to make pianos. Why don't we like make motorcycles? And they did. Anyway, that's Yamaha.
Good old Yamaha.
Yamaha's my backup.
Do you have a Yamaha guitar in your studio, Cole?
No, not in the studio here.
Oh wait, we still have more backups. That's right.
Yeah.
Jay, go.
So my backup, I guess would probably be Solo Leveling Season 2. Just because like
pretty good.
For how you can say whatever you want about the story, but like visually it does look really good. And Jinwoo probably has some of the best drip of the season.
Yeah, he does.
Long chin.
Like the Ant-Man, the Chimera Ant fight there was like kind of insane, actually. the whole season looks kind of ridiculous. It's a
Mm-hmm.
really good pick. Good pick as a runner up there, Jay. It's kind of a crazy runner up just because it looks so good, but there was some good looking shows this season, honestly.
There were.
I gotta give a props out to this is kind of a weird one, but I really like the look of 100 Girlfriends season 2. There's something about the style of that show and just the way it's all animated and stuff. I gotta give it props because it just like it just elevates the bizarro like silliness of the show by being so like bubbly and cute that it's just shout out to Bidberry Animation Studios on that specific case. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what else they've ever done, but like this show looks great. I love it. It's great. And it's this excellent runner up. Zenshu too looked pretty good. But
Zenshu would probably be a next.
Yeah. And we've got one more award here then before we go to the break. And that is Studio of the Season.
Studio.
I gotta go with one that made me look like a genius while everybody else was saying, "Oh, I don't know about this one, Cole. I don't know about Studio Engi and them doing Medalist. I don't know, Cole." And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. They got it. They got this. I can tell you right now, we're good." And they were good. Studio Engi gets my award for Studio of the Season. They rose to the occasion. I'll say they really they were given this opportunity, and they're like, "All right. Bet. Let's go. Let's
do this.
We're gonna do it." And they did it. Good job.
Yeah.
Jay?
My studio of the season goes to a studio that did a show that like in Japan is not that popular. So like I have to think that they're doing it just because they know that people in the West love it, and I want to give it props for that. So I'm going with A1.
Yeah.
Like they're, it's not Solo Leveling's not that popular in Japan, but like it's super popular over here and also in Korea, and they're doing it for us, and it looks great. They could have just phoned it in, because
they really could have.
Yeah,
like
it would have sold
sometimes
even.
Does phone it in.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. A1 when they hit it good, they really hit it good.
Yeah,
that's a phrase.
A1, they hit it so good. They were my runner up for sure.
Yeah,
yeah, because like I said, we talked about it in the visuals and the direction, and when you're in both those categories, you're a pretty good studio for the season.
You done good, kid.
Yeah, you done good. You know who else did good?
Who's that?
Studio, and this is I don't think they've ever won this award, to be honest with you, but Studio TMS Entertainment. Who, you say? We've heard that name before, but what did they do this season?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, they did Sakamoto Days. They did Dr. Stone Science Future. And they did another one. Oh, Honey Lemon Soda, which I don't know about that one. That one's an add-on. That's a freebie. You get that one.
That's a +1.
That's a +1. Yeah. But the other two, Sakamoto Days and Dr. Stone Science Future, are two of the, I think, top 5 most popular shows of the season. And both are rated quite well too. So it's kind of like, if you're knocking out 2.5 successful anime in one season, you get some extra points from Mikey here.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No,
and
for sure.
Like,
good shows too.
TMS Entertainment. Are they ever going to win this award again? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Underappreciated studio. I feel like they do good stuff. It's just one that we never
it's not just a mind.
It's not a front runner studio. Kind of a B tier studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's something about them. They don't really. Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it, Jay.
Say it. Say it.
Can you name another B tier studio?
Like Production IG.
Oh, you son of a gun. My runner up, I guess I'll go OLM for Apothecary Diaries. I mean, come on, Apothecary Diaries is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah,
that's real good.
And they do a good job with that one. Jay,
my runner up would be White Fox. I mean, they've been doing a great job with ReZero, and like, it feels like they're putting their all into it. They deserve at least a shout out.
They're very they're, if nothing else, they're consistently very good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go, my runner up is Kinema Citrus for everything that we've said before on My Happy Marriage Season 2. Like, My Happy Marriage Season 1 looks great, and My Happy Marriage Season 2 looks even better. Great job on that, guys. Frankly, they don't put out a heck of a lot either, so props
quality.
to them. It's basically Cardfight Vanguard, Rising of the Shield Hero, and My Happy Marriage. And that's about it. So
never mind. I take back quality because My Happy Marriage is good, I'll say. Shield Hero is there. And
it's,
I don't know about
Shield
Vanguard
Hero.
It's an okay looking show.
It's okay looking.
Everything else about it's kind of
so that's it for this first half. I think we all need a break, and then we'll come back and we'll keep going with awards like Best Girl. Of course, everybody wants Best Girl. Underrated anime, and then of course our animes of this season. So look forward to that right after this break.
All right. Before we jump back in the podcast, we wanted to quickly mention a few ways you can support AniPro and get even more weeby goodness. First, our Patreon. Want early access to the episodes? Boom. Monthly bonus episodes? You got it. Plus, your generous support on Patreon helps us cover the cost of producing the podcast. Also, we're always hanging out with the AniPro community in our Discord server, talking about anime, manga, video games, and debating the best condiment for a hot dog. Come join the fun. And finally, if you're enjoying the show, please, please, please take a moment to rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts. It makes a huge difference in helping other listeners find us. Seriously, it would mean the world to us. Thanks for listening. Now let's get into that second half.
I want everyone to know that behind the scenes, Jay goes to his trailer when we're on break.
Like as soon as the stop button gets hit by Cole, Jay just silently takes off his headphones and leaves.
Yeah, and then we got to send out an assistant to go get him.
Yeah, you think I do this like naturally?
Out of the goodness of because we're friends? Not a chance.
Not a chance. Yeah.
No, where's my check?
He does this for the money that is non-existent.
Yeah. It's coming, Jay. It's coming. Don't worry. Your check's
but you know what? It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby.
Why are you talking to Spider-Man?
It's about the Mets.
It's about the Mets. Let's go Mets. Shit on run, baby. Let's go Mets.
Jay, I get you. We're the same.
Thank you for sharing my brain.
All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's talk about
anime.
Let's talk about anime. That's enough about nasal drip. Let's get back to these awards, starting with the most prestigious award that we could possibly award to anything on this award show.
This is true. I checked. They did the homework.
Yeah, he read the manga. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with Best Girl.
Best Girl. Beep.
Best Girl. Beep boop. Indeed. Best Girl this time goes to... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Did that scare you? Did that scare you, little baby?
Did that scare you, little baby?
I don't like sudden loud noises. Curse me if I'm wrong, but I will stay. I'll die on this hill. I don't like sudden loud noises. It makes me irritated.
That's the autism talk.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Best girl goes to, for me, Inori Yuitsuka.
Big surprise from Cole.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to type that one in the doc. I don't know what the hell that is.
Don't worry.
Who is that?
That is the main girl from Medalist. What an absolute just ray of sunshine. She is. She gives me strength to get through my week. And I don't know what I'm gonna do now. She's just she's very inspiring as well. Like, you know, she starts figure skating early, but she can still she's still gung-ho about it, and she's just full of positivity. Also, like, she's got great reaction faces. Her distorted sad face is hilarious to me. She's the best. She's the best. The characters in that show are just so good.
It looks so wholesome. That's another reason why I really want to check it out.
It
Mike,
does.
just watch it. Just watch it, Mike.
know-
You keep
I
telling
want
me.
to.
I feel like
You
Mike
keep
would
saying-
like Medalist.
You keep saying
would.
I want to watch it, but then you don't. But then you don't watch it, and now I'm.
You know what part of it is, Cole?
Cole, how does that
is-
feel?
I'm gonna
I
give you a
know.
knuckle
We're
sandwich.
giving it Cole a taste of his own medicine here
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, Cole? Partially, it's like because I know you're on that corner for me. You know, like I know the podcast is covered, so I'm like, I should probably watch something that's not covered. You know,
I'm here, Mike. I'm waiting for you. I'm standing at the corner, and I'm like,
You
oh,
got your
it's
boom
cold.
box.
It's cold. It's so cold. Where's Mike?
Oh, okay.
I want to get
Yeah.
out of the
You're
rain.
wearing your cardboard suit. Yeah,
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
dancing in the rain.
I'm wearing my
Anyway.
cardboard suit. You know, as people do.
I'm just
Out of
thinking,
cardboard.
yeah, it's made a suit made out of cardboard.
Yeah.
I watched this movie called Jojo Rabbit recently, and there was like a little boy, and he was like all proud of his cardboard suit. He was like, "It's this new technology or something." Anyway, best girl, yes, good choice. Maybe I don't know. I know a lot of people do like the Inori of that show, that little girl
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she
Mhm.
seems sweet. She seems sweet.
She's good. She's a good
Little Raish,
good
I'd say.
goyle. Jay, who's your goyle?
My best girl this season comes at no surprise to anyone. It's Amelia from ReZero.
Have you ever not given Amelia the award in a season she was eligible?
I think I didn't give it to her last season. I think she was must protect because she didn't really appear
Okay.
last
She
time.
gets it. That's true, but it's almost like because she wasn't in the season that she didn't get the award.
Yeah, like she was in the show, but she wasn't like she didn't do anything.
Yeah,
She wasn't
It'd be-
active.
you were like, I want to give it to her, but I just can't, like, in good
I
conscience.
can't in
do
good
it.
conscience give it to her. Now I can.
Now you can,
She
yeah.
actually has like, and she's. I said this to myself while watching the show. She's pretty badass this season.
She
Yeah.
is.
Like
Yeah,
she's.
I agree.
She's pretty awesome. She beats up Sin Archbishop.
And like
on her own.
literally beats up.
Yeah, she like beats him up.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Like she's always been kind of badass, but like now she's like kind of confident too. So it's like
mhm.
she's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna beat you up, no problem. Like
Mhm.
I am
Yeah.
really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes, I mean, I got to give the obligatory, she can beat me up. I mean,
It's funny because she is now the epitome of a must protect, but also attack.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't need to protect her, but you still want to.
Yeah.
You want to protect her, but like if you
She
can't,
protect,
yeah, she
but
will
also
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
both at the same time.
No, solid
Yeah.
pick, Jay. Solid pick.
Excellent
Even
pick,
though it's the
excellent
most
pick.
obvious pick in the world.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that
it's
mine
Amelia.
wasn't
I love
very-
Amelia.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
no.
do you? I mean, how do you go in a season where Amelia is eligible? How do you not go Amelia?
Yeah.
Excellent pick.
Yeah.
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 Says the guy in the
Mike.
ReZero hat.
Yeah.
Amelia's
That
great.
too. That
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. For mine. Who do I go here? I have a few because I didn't plan. I have all of my picks still available to me, so that's why I'm kind of humming and hawing a little bit.
Mm.
I was expecting to have to use one of my backups, but I guess I won't then, and I'll go with in a season where she's available. How do you not? How do you not go with Mao Mao?
There you go.
You know,
Mike.
There she
Xiao
is.
Mao.
There
She's
she
great.
is.
She's great. She's a light.
There's-
She's a little angry bean who's just wants to solve mysteries and do her thing. And she's learning many things this season that are
Mhm.
probably like, how does she not see
Mhm.
that when she's such a good problem solver? But in this case,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes you can't see what's right before your eyes. And
Yeah.
frankly, she's just like probably one of my like favorite anime characters, period.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
not maybe
Mao
not even
Mao-
of this season, but like of like recent memory, honestly.
Mao Mao is goated.
She's goated for sure.
She's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I again, like, look at us with just the obvious answers
I
all
know.
around.
I mean,
I
when it's
almost-
obvious, why pick anything else?
That's
I almost
true.
audibled out of it because I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm giving too many things to Apothecary Diaries. But then I looked and I only gave it one award so far. So
And
got
I
lots
mean,
to give it
hey,
then.
if the other shows were better, then they would get more awards. But
for
Apothecary
sure.
Diaries is
Yeah.
peak. It's so
I-
good.
I do have lots of backups for this one though, because
Yeah.
this is like best girl is like waifus and stuff. That's like
Of
the
course.
that is so
Of
key
course,
to
Mike.
being to anime. You know,
Of course. Yeah, my special shout outs as well. I've got to go Kanahiga from Okitsura. The blonde girl from Okizura. She's
Okay. Yeah.
she's fun.
Okay.
She's like shy and I don't know. It's nice. It's she's good. She's good. But so is the other girl too, Hina Kian. She's good too. But
Is she the Okinawan?
well, they're all Okinawan. They're on Okinawa. Yeah, but she's like the one that the titular one that he can't understand.
The tan girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Kana more. And then no, Jay, go ahead because I might pick yours.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do a little roundup at the end. We'll give
At
one.
absolutely no surprise, and probably the biggest cop out ever, I'm gonna go with Marie from Welcome to Japan Miss Elf for my backup.
Oh yeah.
Guy goes with 2 elves. Guy goes with 2 elves.
Guy goes. Yeah.
got a
Any
brand.
other elves? Any other
Yeah.
elves you wanna talk about?
Do you like the one from Baja Neko too?
No,
Yeah.
not that.
No,
one.
I hate that one.
Not that one.
He loves
She's
that
too
one.
sexy.
Yeah.
It's too
He loves
weird.
Scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too weird.
Too
But
intimidating.
no,
Yeah.
Marie is adorable. She's just an elf girl
She seems
learning
adorable,
about Japan, but
Yeah.
also she attack because they go to a fantasy world too.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a cool show.
Jay likes elves who attack. That's
Yes.
what it comes down to. Yeah.
Not
seasonal-
elves who do sexy things though. That's
Mhm.
too scary.
Yeah.
But if
That's
they can
scary.
slice you in half, not scary. We like.
No, they like if they're cute and also like spicy. Yeah.
Yeah,
if they're
sure.
too mommy.
Yeah, Jason to them. Yeah, we
Jay's
know.
into it.
Yeah.
We know he has a private Annie list that he records that on.
Yeah.
My runner-up will be, oh man, I'm gonna go Mio Saimori from My Happy Marriage season 2.
That's a
is
good
my
pick.
official backup.
Yeah.
Because like again, like she's sitting right there. She's such a great character. You want to, and like the protect energy is so wildly strong on her that it's just like you
Mhm.
just want to just like if Kyoka's not going to be there, I'm
She
going to
needs-
protect her too.
She needs a hug.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really want to give her a hug in that show.
And she's
been
like
through so
kinda-
much. Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's becoming stronger too, and it's just nice
Yeah.
to see. She's like
Mhm.
kind of
She's developing
Learning
as
her
a
pow-
character and becoming more into her own, and that's nice
Yeah.
to see.
yeah.
It is
What an
nice.
underrated show. What an
It
underrated
is nice.
show.
I got more. You guys want to keep talking about waifus?
Let's keep
Yeah.
waifus, man.
Yeah,
This is
let's
like
do it.
like I said,
I got
this is
one more.
key. This is a anime touchstone is waifus.
Yeah,
Who you
I got
got, Cole?
3 more. I got 3 more,
Dang.
and I'll just
Okay, I
name
got
them
2
all
more.
right now. I got Minami, Haruka, and Ayaka from Soreiro Utility. All 3 girls in that
Nice.
one. Excellent girls. Minami is just a naive fool. Ayaka is like I don't know, a preppy girl, kind of a little more kudere, and Haruka is just really good. I like her too. She's the good golfer, who has kind of a more mysterious past through the show, even though it's pretty obvious that she was like a very, it's pretty obvious what her mysterious past was from the get go. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
That does happen.
That's just how
Yeah.
it be.
that do be how it be. Jalian.
Well,
said
you
you
know
had
what?
one more.
I picked a Rie Takahashi girl. I'm gonna have to pick another one because I mean, Rie Takahashi just happens to voice a lot of good girls, apparently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's
Is she
Alina
your
Clover
best
from
girl?
Guild Receptionist.
Oh, that's a good pick. That was one of my
That's
a
picks. Jay.
Just so spunky. I love her
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Me for real.
So
Just not
Angie.
liking her job.
Mm.
But
She likes
also,
her
like,
job, but she doesn't like that she has to do it more than she wants to. She's like, I
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
want to go
yeah.
home after. I don't want to have to do all this extra work.
She's
Yeah.
got a nice house, you know? She's
Yeah.
got a nice house
Mhm.
she wants to get back to.
Yeah.
And she can't because she's got to put in all this overtime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And hey, man, yeah, I appreciate that. You know?
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, she's like secretly super strong, and I
Yes.
respect that too.
I also
Yeah.
get that too. Also,
I get that
I
too.
also
Yeah.
get that. Yeah.
You're secretly super strong.
It's a secret though. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I won't tell anyone. Don't worry. Don't worry. But yeah, Alina Clover's a great pick too,
Yeah.
Jay.
She and like honestly, she kind of carries that show. Like,
Oh,
100,
kind of.
1,000%.
Yeah.
She's the only reason to watch that show.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, my little number 3 backup, I guess, would probably be Natsuko from Zenshu. I thought she was kind of a delight, and she again sort of carries that show a little bit.
Mhm.
And she was at least an interesting character too. And then I'll just quickly say my final character was Lu Xiaotang from Sakamoto Days, the girl from China with the red hair.
Mm.
Super spunky, super fun. I really enjoyed her energy that she brought. Just kind of like chaotic fun energy.
I feel
always
like you
appreciated by
guys
me.
wouldn't get this joke, but I'm gonna make it for the people who do get it.
Mhm.
Crazy that they made an original character just for this show.
Don't get that joke. Oh, the audience got it though. They're going
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow,
the
they're going
audience-
nuts.
Crazy. They're going nuts. Yeah. You guys have any more you want to quickly shout out?
No, that's all my characters. JD, got one?
That's all for me.
Yeah,
That's all,
the-
folks. That's all.
I think
folks.
that's all the
I guess I'll
girls.
just quickly throw out every girl from 100 Girlfriends is good.
Yeah, that's actually a real
Yeah.
answer too.
Yeah.
I thought
The
about
Tom
doing that
girl.
as like a meme answer because like
Yeah.
The Tom girl is the obvious answer from that show, though. The baseball,
The baseball girl is best
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, Jay. We can agree on that. What
Yeah,
about
we
best boy? Best boy. The flip side. The
Mm-hmm.
the other side that we are obliged to award to.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I mean, definitely. Fortunately, we like giving awards to best boys.
I don't know. There's
Well,
some
Cole,
good boys this season. To be
You're-
honest, with you.
there are some good boys this season.
This
but
is a
Cole,
good.
you're first.
Sometimes it's a weaker
Yeah.
season for boys. This was a good season for boys.
No,
Mhm.
I'm just being I'm just JK. My best boy is also from Medalist. I'm going with Tsukasa. Oh, this is a tough one. Akeuraji?
Gee, I wonder if Cole liked Medalist this season.
The coach. I like the coach. Again, he is a cinnamon roll as well, with kind of a sympathetic backstory. Yeah, he's great too. A lot of fun. And he's like the stand-in character whenever Inori does something exciting. He just like is over the moon and
Super supportive.
super supportive, and it makes me over the moon to see him just be so like overwhelmed with emotion
Mhm.
when something happens. He truly is the cinnamon roll of the season.
Yeah.
And I'm here for a cinnamon roll. Yeah, definitely going with Tsukasa from Medalist J.
Medal.
I'm going with a character that I feel like I've gone with multiple times in the past, but like
Mm-hmm.
he's just a great aspect of the show, and like I need to give the show at least a little bit of flowers because I'm not giving it much this season. And that's Sunraku from Shangri-La Frontier.
Yeah.
He had a good season this season. I love like how much of a gamer he is. Like he gets frustrated with the game and goes to play something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta go do something else for a bit.
Yeah.
I've fallen in the lava too many times.
and like sometimes he's like, you know, like he kind of gets himself into a situation. He's kind of just like, I don't want this to be a thing. I kind of just want this to be a fun escapism. I'm gonna just gracefully exit this
Just gonna
situation.
dip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
he was in the presence of like two ultra famous people and he's like, I need to take advantage of the situation. So
Yeah.
he puts a gas mask on. And he's like, I'll see your faces. You're not gonna know what I look like.
Yeah, that was kind of a strange move, but yeah, I'm still here for it.
I just thought that was really funny.
Yeah, he's a funny boy. He's a
yeah.
good boy too. I'm glad you put him
Yeah.
here because yeah, he's fun.
Mm-hmm. Mikey?
My boy of the season, as I'm typing in Jay's boy of the season,
My
will
boy.
be do I go there? Yeah, why the hell not? I'm going with one of my favorite boys. I'm going with my boy Senku Ishigami. How can
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
good boy. He's a
Okay.
good boy. He's the titular Dr. Stone, and he had a really good season. He had quite a bit of fun stuff happen. He goes to America this season, guys. He goes to America one time.
The
Whoa.
mystical land of America, aka heaven.
He's in America for like less than a week, and he gets shot.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, Senku.
Oh,
Of course, Senku.
Yeah.
So I felt like I'd make it up to him by making him best boy of the season,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Also, he's just a really good boy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about backups though? I got a backup right here.
I
Knuckle
got a
sandwich.
backup.
Yeah.
Tell me about your backup.
My backup is Teruaki Nakamura. Listen, why do I do an anime podcast where I have to say Japanese
You need to take
names?
like Japanese lessons or something to like learn pronunciation for the
I
names.
can read it. It's up here. I'm just getting.
No,
in my
Cole,
own head.
we've established that you can't read.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You are.
That's
correct.
like
Anyway,
old as AniPro lore. Yeah.
it's the main guy from Okitsura. He's just
Okay.
naive in the best way, and it makes sense. Like why he would be naive about Okinawan culture. And he's good. He's good. I also like the character dynamics in that one. Like he likes Hina, but Kana likes him. But Kana and Hina are like best friends. It's
a love triangle.
It's fun. It's fun, and he is fun, and I am him in that show, right? Like
he is me and I am him.
He's the audience stand-in.
He is me for real.
He's me in that situation. For real, for real. Jay, are you for real?
I am me for real. My backup, also from 100 Girlfriends, Rentaro Aijo. He's also just the goodest boy.
Yeah.
Willing to do anything and break the laws of physics and reality for his girlfriends.
Yeah. No, truly. He is not me for real.
He is an enigma.
But he is definitely entertaining, much like all of the characters in that show. Yeah, no, for sure.
It's so
good
fun.
pick, Jay. Yeah,
it is such a fun show. Yeah.
Because like the best part of it's just like everybody's like kind of just like acknowledges often how ridiculous the show is and like break the fourth wall and stuff.
Yeah,
it's great.
And like I love how like at a certain point all the girlfriends are just like, yeah, okay, you have another girlfriend, whatever, add it to the pile.
Yeah. I think there's one time where they ask, they're like, oh, he's like, is it okay? Because he's a good boy. He's like, is it okay if we bring this one? I know we already have a lot of people, but in my harem here, but like, is it okay if we add one more? And they're like, we're already at like 10. Like, what does it matter now? It's funny. He's a good boy though, because like even despite being a harem protagonist, he's likable, which is a miracle in itself.
Mm-hmm. He's genuinely a gigantic cinnamon roll.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes the show good, is he's very likable.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Mike, what's your pick?
My pick is for my runner-up, sorry. My runner-up for this one's gonna be, Jay gave a guy who'd do anything for his fam, but I'm gonna go with a guy who'd do anything for his fam too. Taro Sakamoto from Sakamoto Days would be my runner-up. He is a good boy. He basically is this like crazy hitman guy. He goes into a 7-Eleven one time, falls in love with the cashier, and says, I'm going to devote the rest of my life to that woman. And he does. And he does.
And he does. And he gives up killing for her.
Yeah. And he does the typical married thing of putting on a bunch of weight after he gets married and kind of let himself go. But here's the thing. When he gets serious, he can like instantly burn all those calories and go into peak mode. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy about him?
What's up?
He's 28.
He's 28.
He's 28.
It's the white hair.
Actually crazy.
It's the white hair.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, right? You give a middle-aged person white hair, and they're gonna look elderly, like me.
And that little ponytail too. Long hair makes people look older too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of a cinnamon roll, but he can also like destroy you. But it's just funny because he'll be like in the middle of destroying somebody, and then he'll be like, make sure you. I don't know. He's just so wholesome at the same time. He's a good boy.
He loves his wife and daughter so much.
Yes, indeed,
he loves them.
Indeed. Do you guys have any other backups? Runners ups?
I got a dark horse backup boy here.
Okay.
And I'm going with one of the old men from Sorayero Utility. The one who keeps thinking he's dead, Jay.
Okay.
Every time he sees one of the girls, he's like, oh, is this my angel coming to take me to heaven? I don't know. It's a joke that just for some reason gets me every time. So goofy.
It's a good pick.
Pick. I don't know. Hey, old man. They're funny sometimes. His name is Masayo Tadakoro. Tadokoro.
You did it. Nailed it.
You nailed it. Close
Listen,
enough.
thank you.
Close
Stuck
enough.
the
Yeah.
landing. 10 out of 10.
B plus. B plus.
Yeah.
A plus. S tier. S tier pronunciation.
I said B plus for a reason.
I'm taking it. S tier. Jay, who's your backups?
Next backup, I'm gonna go with the Red Ranger from the Red Ranger Isekai.
Nice.
Just a good boy. Definitely not like the best boy of the season, but like he's worth a mention at least because just cares so much about his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just exactly what you think he would be as well. Like he's
is he fits exactly within the realm of what you think of what you expect from him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's me for real.
He's you for real.
Because
the last one I'll throw out is Sung Jinwoo from Soul Leveling. He's a good boy. I feel like the name. I always get tossed up with the names because I just in my head I see good best boy, and like would I ever call him best boy? I don't know, but he is a good boy. He is a good male protagonist of this season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching his little arc, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's also super popular this season, right? Like he's
for sure. Yeah.
I've been told that show was very popular. Let's move on to best duo of the season. Speaking of things that I've been told, I've been telling you about a show, and of course I'm going to award medalist with another award.
What?
That's it.
Yeah, I'm going Inori and Tsukasa again. Like they share a brain cell, and like how often can you give like a coach and student best duo? They just have a great dynamic. They're infectious. Like energy just permeates through the screen, and I have a great time watching Medalist. They lift each other up, and yeah, it's great. They're great. Inori and Tsukasa. I'm going with Jalian. Why am I right, and why are you wrong?
I'm actually going with a different duo. Again, from a show that I feel like people forgot about this season. But this season did a really good job of selling me and everyone who watched this show on this duo if they hadn't already been sold. And that's Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Guang from Link Click. I almost put Cheng Xiaoxi as best boy, but like I felt like it was wrong to not include the both of them because they both had very good character moments in this season of like kind of going off of where season 2 ended and where kind of what led to the big hook of the end of season 2 that like them as a duo made so much more sense to me. So Cheng Xiaoxi and Lu Guang from Link Click Bride and Arc.
Right. Yeah. No, good
Excellent
pick.
choice.
Yeah, for sure.
They're a great duo. Well, that leaves for me. I'm gonna go. Oh boy, do I go again? I didn't expect my picks to all be just still sitting here. It's gonna be someone I've picked before. I'm gonna go with Mao Mao and Jinshi. Yeah, I had to do it to him. I had to do it to him.
I had to do it to him, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I did it to him. That was my backup. That was actually my one and only backup.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you need a backup?
How could you go wrong? Well, I mean, you know, you got to have a. You're right. Why do I need a backup? Why do I ever pick a backup? I never need one because I am
Supreme
Iron Man.
Yeah, I am Iron Man. No, Mao Mao and Jinshi, obviously. Their dynamic is also great. Yeah.
And they had a good season too this season as well.
Yeah.
Like they had so far good arcs, and it's been steamy and fun. It's great.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. I shouldn't watch it then. I can't watch stuff like that.
You might lose your marbles. You might lose your marbles.
Oh my.
Speaking of losing your marbles, who rolled out of your marble bag and is sitting here in your backup as a backup marble?
Mao Mao and Jinshi. Jay, go ahead.
yes.
My backup would probably be Taiki and Hina from Blue Box. I think that they as a duo had a really good they had really good
Yeah.
chemistry. Just like I don't think it was prominent enough to be my number one, but I have to give them a shout out because their chemistry was really, really good this season.
Yeah, and that show sort of suffers from ensemble castism, where it's like there's also you could go Taiki and Chinatsu or Taiki and Hina, but like they kind of because there's two different options, it kind of detracts from each other a little bit.
I think that like in terms of chemistry and like kind of what the show was leaning more toward, Taiki and Hina were more of like the focus of this part.
Yeah,
this half.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, I care more about Taiki and Chinatsu, so because that is the focus of the manga.
Yeah.
And the anime.
My backup is like I said, I've awarded both of these my choices here, so I went with my backup would be Senku and Zeno, which is kind of a little stranger of a pick because it's Senku and like his former mentor Zeno, and they're both like it's basically like in this season of Dr. Stone, basically like Senku and Zeno is kind of like dark Senku almost.
Yeah.
He's like, what if Senku used his powers for greed instead of like making humanity better?
Right.
It's sort of the way to think of him. And it's just been like, it's been an interesting dynamic between the two of them, I've found. Because they're kind of, even though they haven't met yet, they've sort of like been playing at each other. It's like two commanders, playing chess.
Yeah. It's like when Mike and I play Risk, except the board usually gets thrown across the room.
Yeah,
by
it's
me.
Actually checkers.
By Cole.
It's actually checkers.
By me. Yeah. Oh, 100% me. Yeah.
It's like when the three of us play Go Fish. It gets super competitive. Do you have any more backups?
You know what? I should give the leads for I'm Getting Married to the Girl I Hate Most in My Class. It's the Akane and Saito. Very, very like basic. They say they don't like each other, but secretly deep down they do. Kind of boring in that sense, but I like their dynamic. They do have good chemistry. And yeah, they're kind of the anchor point of the show. So yeah, I'll go with that as a additional shout out to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got one more, Jay?
I would go with Mio and Kyoka from My Happy Marriage Season 2 for another backup.
Good choice. Good choice.
I mean, they were good in Season 1, and they're just as good, if not better, in Season 2. Watching them get even closer. A super underrated duo, and they do deserve their flowers.
Super wholesome, and you're rooting for them, too. Yeah. My last one would be, what the heck's their names? Natsuko and Luke from Zenshu were actually quite a good duo going on too, and I enjoyed watching their dynamics on screen.
Yeah.
Even if the anime as a whole fell a little short.
Yeah,
but it was still fun to watch them.
Yeah. Was it?
Yes.
Was it? Why do you say that?
I think it was fun watching that show, even though it was not the best show. That didn't live up to the hype, I wouldn't say, but it was still fun. A fun show.
We should like make an award for like most fun show. Anyway, let me look at my list for the first time ever. Oh, okay. Most fun is the next award here.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What a coincidence!
What a coincidence! Most fun show of the season. So as Mike said, maybe not the best show, but the one that you looked forward to watching every week. I'm going with one about 3 girls who enjoy playing golf. I'm going with Sorayuro Utility. Just had a good time. Very comfy show. Low stakes. They're just having a good time playing golf, and it makes me want to go out and golf.
Not medalist.
Not medalist. No, it's not. No. Medalist isn't fun in the same way. Like medalist is too good to be considered fun. Like
you can't be good and fun.
That's serious art. This Sorayuro Utility is art, but not serious art in the same way. And I had to more. I don't know. You know it when you see it, Jay. You know it when you see it. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know. I'm just pulling your chain.
Yeah. Stop pulling my chain. You're hurting me.
No, I'm gonna pull that chain as much as I want.
You're hurting me in my chain. Jay, what was your most fun show?
My most fun show was a show that didn't have the best writing, and like I think the 3 of us can agree that the writing for this show was definitely not great, but it's carried by its hype fights and its well done animation. And at the end of the day, when the biggest reason why you're watching the show is just for the hype and for the high octane action, that's fun. That's what fun is to me. So I'm gonna go with Solo Leveling season 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good
Maybe
pick.
not the best
Good pick.
written show, but definitely hype.
You had fun.
And you're gonna be having fun watching
It was
this
super
show.
fun. It was the show this season that like, and I talked about this with people at work too, where it's like every episode of that show, it's like you're watching it and then all of a sudden you blink and the episode's over and you're like, what the hell? What happened?
Yeah.
Where'd it all go? I was having a blast.
Yeah, every week I get my weekly message on Discord, Mike posting in the anime channel. I just watched this week's episode of Solo Leveling, and oh my god, I am creaming everywhere.
Pissing and farting and pooping.
I'm curling.
I can't handle it. It's too crazy. The ants, they're in my pants. But yeah, great pick, Jay. Great pick, Jay.
Thank you.
My most fun anime of the season, and thank you, Jay. Thank you for leaving it here for me. My most fun anime of the season was 100 Girlfriends season 2. It was so fun. It's such a fun show. When I think of fun, it's the most embodiment of fun I can think of. Because it doesn't really care what the heck's going on.
No,
it doesn't
it
really
doesn't.
need to make sense. We'll have a ramen eating robot that you're going to compete against in an eating competition. You
Why
know?
not?
Like, why
Yeah.
not?
Don't question it. Just let it happen. Yeah.
We're going to have an episode where everyone gets turned to babies because the mom character wanted to have babies to take care of again because babies are cute. Why not?
Why not?
Let's
Why
do
not?
crazy stuff. Let's be wild and zany. Yeah. 100 Girlfriend season 2. Such a fun show. I'm glad we got more of it. And like weirdly fast, we got more of it. So obviously it's a hit. And I look forward to even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's a show I'll watch it eventually.
You
Someday.
should. It's good.
Someday I'll watch it. The runner up I'll give here is I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know exactly why I liked this as much as I did. But I did. I did like it as much as I did.
He did. I can confirm.
And I had a good time. I'm continuing to have a good time. I've still got some episodes to watch. So as of recording, I think as of release, it'll be done because this is coming out in like a month because we just recorded 3 episodes of the podcast today. Oh my God. And no, I had a fun time with I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. Jay, what's your runner up?
My runner-up of the season, I have 2, but I'm going to start with this one. That's Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Just a fun show, very, very low stakes, and just like nice sit back and enjoy the cute adventures of an elf girl and a guy exploring each other's worlds.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say exploring each other.
No, that's the other elf show of the season.
Yeah, that's the other elf
exploring each
show.
other's
Worlds.
Exploring each other's Dragon Balls. That's one of my backups though, is Dragon Ball Daima. I really enjoyed how they did the stuff with like the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Like it was like they said, okay, let's just like everything the fans have been asking for forever. Let's just do it. Let's just have fun with it. And I thought
continuity
that was a lot
be
of fun.
damned. Who cares?
Yeah,
like
and
already people are like, well, what about this? And just watch it and enjoy it.
Just enjoy
just
it.
have fun.
Yeah, don't think Dragon Ball's not about thinking too hard.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to get out of your
stuff.
Yeah, you got to get out of your own way sometimes and just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. We got Super Saiyan 4. Like it's official. Like that's
we got Super Saiyan 4 in like Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4. We got Vegeta Super Saiyan 3, sorry, I should say.
Yeah.
And it was written by Toriyama himself.
Yeah. And you could kind of tell, like it had that Toriyama flair to it, that charm. Yeah,
enjoy it. That would be my PSA today. Just
for sure.
Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy stuff and get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Did you
have another backup?
I did not have
Sakamoto
another
Days
runner-up.
was-
No.
Sakamoto Days was also quite fun too. I'll throw that just as a quick
I'll
little.
throw out Red Ranger Isekai. That was also a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. All right, guys. Now we move on from most fun to underrated. So the show that you think didn't get enough appreciation this season. I'm gonna go with a show that everybody knows.
Okay.
Can I guess?
Silently. You may guess
Okay.
silently.
Does it
I'm
start
gonna-
with and end with?
Indeed. In fact, it's called Sorayiro Utility. I'm going with.
Whoa.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna say something else, but that's my that's my honorable mention. No, Sorayiro Utility. I gotta go with because like nobody talked about this.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you
Absolutely.
like Eurocamp and stuff like that, like this is where you're gonna get those feelings from,
Mhm.
and it's just a delight. And
Yeah.
I feel like people should be watching it. You know, it's not the most hype show, but I think we
was
all
cute.
need a little comfy cuteness
Yeah.
in our lives.
It was just
Little
cute
comfy
girls
and
playing
cuteness.
golf.
Goes a long way, especially when Cole's like he needs these shows. These shows heal him inside.
They do.
Yeah, this
Yashike
is
is
Cole coming
strong.
home after a long day
Yeah.
and needing to unwind and de-stress.
Exactly.
After
Exactly.
unwinding and de-stressing to medalist.
Shh. We'll talk about that later. Jay, what's your underrated show?
Well, you took my pick for underrated, so I'm going to go
Yeah.
with my backup.
That's right.
And that's Flower and Azura.
Yeah.
I feel like this show is so much better than people give it credit for, and not enough people watched it or enjoyed it as much as they probably should have, and I feel like it deserves more flowers, pun intended.
Yeah, he's looking directly at me, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell.
He's gonna fight you over it.
Then
for sure.
then it got
Yeah.
it, but yeah,
No, for sure. I think people kind of just wrote it off without giving it its chance.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Cole.
I feel like it's worth it. Well, I gave it a shot. Like I gave it its chance. It just didn't maintain its hype for me.
Sure.
No salt at all. No can of spite being drunk here at all. For me, the most underrated show of the season. Oh, I'm gonna go with Guild Receptionist, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm going with Guild Receptionist. I didn't feel like I didn't have a great answer for this one. I felt like a lot of the shows for me, I felt like they were rated exactly how I thought they should be. I think. Momentary Lily. I don't genuinely think that it should be a 5 out of 10, but it's not good. But Guild
that would be a wild pick if you went with flop and then also made it your underrated.
It's like 5 out of 10. That's pretty bad. Like that's a pretty bad score. I don't think it's that bad. You know. It was not much better, but
5.5.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Guild Receptionist though.
Okay.
What is the actual full name of that show? It's so long. I may be a Guild Receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. It was very serviceable. I didn't really see that many people talking about it outside of the first episode. And I thought it was quite good. I really enjoyed it. It didn't get it. I thought it might get old, and it kind of didn't, which I would say is a nice.
Yeah. I agree. I like kind of the different stuff that show did. Like it would have like aside gags a la Family Guy in a weird way. Like if she was mad, it would cut to her like boxing, but she's not actually boxing. Like it would be like a cutaway. It's like this weird skit, this cutaway skit that it goes to. Kind of it would do weird things like that. I like that show. That's a good pick, Mike. Yeah, good pick.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
My runner-up is obviously Medalist because everybody should just accept the fact that was the best show of all time. It's the greatest show ever made, actually. I just decided.
Better than March Comes In Like a Lion?
No, let's get real. I'm just kidding. Medalist, despite it being one of the best shows of the season for sure, I would say. Like it's highly rated, but like not super popular. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like what it's sitting at an 80 something, but still at sub 20, I think, in popularity or somewhere around there. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. Yeah. Jay, do you got a runner up?
My runner-up would probably be My Happy Marriage Season 2. I feel like not enough people are talking about this show, but like at the same time, I look at its score on AniList, and it's the number 13 most popular 2025.
Yeah.
So like, I can't in good conscience make it my most underrated, but I feel like I should still give it a shout out because
it's one of those ones where like it's well received. It is somewhat popular, but it probably should be more popular. I kind of agree with you saying it's underrated. Like it feels like it kind of doesn't get enough.
It doesn't get its flowers because like it's also like very unique. Like it's a shoujo like romance, but like they have supernatural powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's cool.
Yeah, and like you kind of don't know where it's going a lot of the time, I find too, which is a kind of a breath of fresh air too.
Yeah. Mike, do you have a runner up, or are you sticking with
my runner up would probably be Ave Mujica, The Die is Cast, the Bang Dream show of the season, because we mocked it coming into the season, saying like, oh, another Bang Dream show was our bit we did, right? And then we moved on very quickly. Yeah. But I watched a couple episodes of it, and the reason I can't really kind of in good faith put it as my underrated, because I didn't finish it. I didn't watch lots of it. But I watched a few episodes of it, and it kind of like took me by surprise, opened up my eyes, and like said to me, I'm a good show. You should watch me.
Said that I'm a good show in disguise.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. We should learn our lesson, because didn't we learn our lesson last week with Horse Girls?
Yeah. Like really, I'm learning things that like, hey, these things that are like popular are
maybe they're popular for a reason.
Yeah. There is a secret sauce that we're just not apprised to on this side of the country. This side of the world. Yeah.
One more shout out I want to give is to Okitsura. I think it was better than I thought it would be. I had a good time watching it, learning about Okinawa as well, and just good vibes. Good vibe show, you know?
I didn't watch that one, but everything I saw about it was people being pretty positive about it. So I think that's a good choice call.
It didn't need to be very good, and it didn't exceed my expectations, but it didn't like fail either. You know what I mean? Like it was just solid show.
It met your expectations.
Yeah, it was just a genuinely solid show, and I think it's worth people watching. Yeah. Jay, do you have another runner up? I just wanted to throw that one out there, so I'll give you guys a shot at another one.
I'm out.
No, you're out.
He's out.
Mike's all about that momentary lily.
I will say it's not that bad, but is it?
Mike's the biggest Go Hands fan.
It's a 53 out of 100 on AniList.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world's biggest Go Hands fan. Reluctant.
It was like a 6.5 to 7 to me, is what it feels like.
7?
Yeah, that's a bit high.
7's a little cope. 7's a little strong. 7's a little strong.
7's a good rating.
Yeah.
You know, in your heart, it's a 6, Mike.
In my heart, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, that's true. Continuing anime. So this is kind of the sequels, the continuation, stuff like that. So just to be clear, this category, continuing and new anime, those will be combined at the end of the year in the Weebies for just anime.
They sure will.
Season.
They sure will.
This is true.
Of the year.
I did the homework. This is true.
He did the homework. He read the manga. He read the textbook. He did the work for all of us, ladies and gentlemen.
God, you're so strong, Jay.
My continuing anime of the season is the obvious answer, Mike. I'm going with The Apothecary Diaries. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. It's good. Who saw that coming? It's quite good. I'm enjoying it.
And the only reason he picked it is because Medalist was ineligible for this category.
I wonder what Cole's going to pick for his new anime of the season. Oh, who can predict that one?
You know what? I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to pick.
I'm sure. Yeah. I can decide for you if you want.
You guys, we gotta like at least appear to.
I think Jay and I appear unpredictable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you guys call
You
me
kind of
out
did
on
this
it,
to
yeah,
yourself, Cole.
it's pretty tough. Pretty tough. Anyway, Jay, what's your continuing anime of the season?
My continuing anime
Is
of
it
the season.
ReZero? Is it ReZero? Are you gonna pick ReZero?
You got it. It is ReZero.
He got ya.
Yeah, it hurts,
funny.
doesn't it? Makes
No.
you mad.
No.
Oh,
It is what
okay.
it is. You
It's
got
just
me.
It's just
Whoa, the guy with the ReZero hat picked ReZero? Who would have ever guessed?
That's
Yes, ReZero
He
was
brings up
quite
a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ReZero was quite good this season. Yeah, no, solid pick. Good picks. Good picks by
Yeah.
me and Jay. Now,
Yeah.
Mike, you got to continue
Like
the
we
streak.
said at the beginning of the episode, like the shows that were really good this season were really good this season.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, for me, I'm glad. Thank you, Cole, for not watching this show and Jay for not picking this show. But for me, the best continuing anime of the season was Solo Leveling Season 2. It
Mhm.
really, I said it last time Solo Leveling was airing, that it really, like, true to the name of the show, like levels up every episode and gets better and better. And like that trajectory just continued with season 2. And frankly, it just was like, I can't think of a single second of this season where I was not kind of on the edge of my seat. And that's why it was my best
To your
continuing
credit, it became the #1 most popular show on Crunchyroll this season.
Yeah.
Like it
Like
passed
over One Piece.
Yeah.
Over One Piece, which is crazy. Yeah. And especially for something that kind of objectively started off a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my continuing
for sure.
anime of this winter 2025 season. Solo Leveling Season 2.
Yeah, I don't have a runner up.
There wasn't much continuing.
I have one.
Really. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
Actually, no, there's a couple.
I'm gonna throw out My Happy Marriage Season 2. I
Mhm.
think was a good second season.
Yep.
Definitely not the best continuing show of the season. I think we kind of nailed the three like
I think
juggernauts.
So too. Yeah.
But still worth a mention for sure.
Yeah. And I'll throw Jay a little bit of an olive branch here, and we can both unitedly say Shangri-La Frontier Season 2 was continued to be quite excellent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I that was the other one I was going to talk about.
Yeah. And then I'll throw Cole an olive branch. Cole, Daima was quite excellent as well, too.
Yes, it was. I will also just say I haven't watched it, and people aren't really talking about it, but maybe it's really good. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Season 2 kind of just flew under the radar.
It really did.
Myself as well. And Mike, was Dr. Stone good too?
Actually, I forgot that Dr. Stone was eligible for this category, to be entirely honest with you. But yes, Dr. Stone's. This actually has been a very good episode or season of Dr. Stone, and I look forward to continuing the America arc.
I liked that song from the OP. That's
The OP's pretty. It's not the best OP, but it's like pretty groovy. They do like what was that anime that you made us review, Jay? With like the kind of where they're all like in tuxedos dancing to a
Blood Blockade.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like an homage to that, the OP of this one. It's like a similar vibe.
Yeah, they're like awkwardly or like weirdly staring into the camera, just like clapping.
And kind of dancing and clapping. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work, but it's still pretty good. And the song is good too.
Yeah. The song kind of sells that OP for me.
The ED song actually is really good for that show too. But yeah.
Gentlemen.
Oh, and 100 Girlfriends too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100 Girlfriends.
Yeah. 100 Girlfriends.
Gentlemen, we have reached the final award of the
of the season.
Of the season. New anime.
The best new anime of the season. These are shows that started this season. So not sequels.
Not sequels. New shows. Hence the name. New anime.
Yeah.
I am, you know what? I just decided right now I'm going to go with medalist for new anime of the season. Okay, I was expecting you guys to start yelling over me.
No, we already got that out of our system.
Yeah, we already got that out of our system.
Yeah. No, medalist was just I feel vindicated that I feel relief.
That you
feel
were
relief
right.
that it was good. The manga itself is very, very good, and I'm happy that the anime lived up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the animation in it's good, the voice acting in it's good, the characters are so good, the story in it's good. It's just an inspiring story about it not being too late to do something. And it's always it's universal, and it's always worth hearing that message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Medalist is really good. One of my favorite shows of the past few seasons for sure. Jalian, tell me what your new anime of the season was.
Cole, can you guess?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you then.
Okay.
My
I hope you
best new anime of the season goes to Flower Nazara. Just like top-notch voice acting.
Yeah.
And like a very cool concept written by a very good author.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With like quirky characters and great character dynamics within that cast. Animated by a well-known studio and looks just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So much about this show is done right, and I feel like more people need to check this show out and appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick, Jay. Except it was my my flop of the season.
I was going to point that out. I like that though. I kind of like that because I feel like last year we got some flack for our flops. You know, the old classic flack for flops situation.
Yeah,
but I kind of like that. Like one man's flop might be another man's
treasure.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
One
of
man's flop. One man's flop may be the other man's anime of the season.
That's
just
right.
literally what just happened. Yeah,
that's what just happened. Yes.
And Mike's anime of the season is Momentary Lily.
Best new anime. I'll tell you in a moment. Second. That is actually going to be Sakamoto Days.
It happened again.
It happened again. Yeah.
He did it.
Yeah.
He did it, ladies and gentlemen. Sakamoto Days. Super popular. Like I said, like this is the one show this season where everybody's like, have you watched this show?
Yeah. And that's kind of the Netflix effect a little bit. And also the true simuldub does really make things way more accessible to like the normies like me. But like it really that's while it did flop, I kind of get where Jay was coming from with it. I do think that it delivered enough to be one of the good new anime of the season, and in a season where I felt like we were lacking for a lot of quality. It stood out as like one of the better shows to me. So
yeah. With that being said, too, like a lack of quality, I don't even have a runner up. Like this was a honestly, like there was nothing else that I would be comfortable giving like anime of the season to other than Medalist.
I agree with you. Yeah. Like the closest thing I got would be Zenshu, but I can't do it to him. I can't do it to him.
Like I liked other shows.
Would probably be Sorry or Utility, but like I wouldn't ever pick that over Flower Nazara.
Yeah. No, exactly. Like I really like that show, Jay. But like there's levels to this, and you're not on that level, you know?
Yeah.
You're a good show, and I appreciate you. But no, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, golf girls. I'm gonna watch my figure skating girl. Let us know what your awards are in the comments, or come to our Discord. That's even better, actually. If you came over to our Discord, we would love to actually talk to you like live and in person. And by we, I mean Mike and Jay, because I'm really bad at Discord.
Cole's too. So Cole said that I'm the one that goes to my trailer. It's actually Cole that goes to his trailer after.
He's projecting on you.
I go to my trailer, but then like I'm like, I'll be right out, and then I just forget.
And then Farming Simulator
in this metaphor
beckons you, and you go,
"Ooh,
what's this shiny?"
I haven't played Farming Sim in like
let him
2
finish.
weeks.
Let him finish his Zelda game first. Let him finish.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, yes.
I was just gonna say, I feel like you're in the Discord often. You're more of a lurker. If someone addresses you, you usually pop up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just my spirit. I'm a lurker, a natural lurker. I'm always watching. Always watching.
One of us is always there, though. One of us is always there.
Yeah. If you at me, I'll probably respond. If you want.
True.
We've got reviews coming up. Our next manga review is Mono. Our manga review after that is simply impronounceable. Jay, why don't you try pronouncing it?
Do you want me to just take over for this part of the
No,
thing?
this is my job. This is my job.
Okay. It's Gachiakuta.
You see, like, I have to, like, anyway. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is the final manga in that chain of manga. Our next anime review is Kids on the Slope, and hey, why don't you take a look down there? We got our listeners' choice reviews you can vote on. You can vote between Beyond the Boundary, Log Horizon, and Aria the Animation. Vote, go and vote. You can vote right now.
Boat, and a boat.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening to another episode of AniPro. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave a review. Tell a friend about us. That all helps. If you really like us, why don't you consider supporting us on Patreon like these lovely people: Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Braindead, B-Dog, Peach, Frama, Kratos, Just Juzz, Mog, and Uncle of Light. By supporting us on Patreon, you get access to all sorts of perks, and it really helps out the show! ! We're also on social media at AniProPod, and please join our Discord community to keep up with us and other listeners. Links to everything is in the description or at our website, AniProPod.com. I will take this from here, gentlemen. I haven't talked enough in this episode, and that is simply unacceptable. And therefore, I will be the final person to say, as we do at the end of every episode of AniPro, bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.